Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Can I be so honest? I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't realize that I wasn't streaming the audio from the music. I didn't realize it was muted. So I'm stupid. And I'm still sick. So that's fun. I've been progressing into a cough that has become more and more aggressive as the days have gone on. I was getting better. And I was feeling better. I was like, oh my god, I feel great. I can do this. And then over the weekend, it was like, what if we hit you with round 2? And I was like, no, please don't. And I like died over the weekend. So I have been struggling to live. And I found a sort of solution this morning when I got breakfast, because I ordered breakfast this morning because I was feeling fancy. So I ordered, this is gonna sound really weird. I ordered a bagel from a bagel place nearby, and I ordered a cheddar jalapeno bagel, and if anybody knows me well enough, knows I can't handle spice to save a life. I couldn't do it. So my lips still feel like all like tingly and like irritated. But the spice like cleared up my whole sinuses. Like my head is like, it feels like I've like opened up everything in my whole world. I reached enlightenment through a bagel. Yeah, it was, and I'm terrible with spice. Like, spiciness can clear up your sinuses, and I am terrible with spice. I can't handle it at all. I can't do anything with it at all, like in any way. So, having it, like, just totally, I was like, wow. Echo, that is like the worst place for you to lie down. Right underneath my desk is like the worst spot, because what if I want to stretch my legs out? Weird little dog. So I know we started playing Baba Is You on stream. I'm bad at puzzle games, but I'm noticing that I'm not in the position I want to be. Chat, ignore this. Ignore. I want to be here. Okay. Hi, that feels more right. I was playing Baba Is You, and Baba Is You is a great game. Don't get me wrong. Puzzle games just aren't always for me. So like, me just like bashing my head into it felt like a bad idea. And I was feeling nostalgic. I have been feeling nostalgic for like older games recently. I really wanted to play like, I really want to play Spyro the Dragon again. I really want to play Jak and Daxter again. There's a lot of games from when I was younger that I'm like, oh, I really want to play that. And I feel like this one was appropriate because not only did we play the Wild Blue Skies demo, which is like a callback to old Star Fox, but this Star Fox specifically, a lot of people only remember the GameCube having one Star Fox game. They're like, oh, it only had the one, and that one was terrible, and that's why Star Fox is dead. But it's not true. The GameCube had 2 Star Fox games, and one of them was fantastic. Like, is it perfect? No, not in any way is this game perfect. There's so much wrong with this game, but there's so much good in it that gets like overlooked. People are like, ew, Why are you playing fucking, like, what? Who would ever play Star Fox after Star Fox Adventures? And it's like, but yeah, but it's not all that. And then, like, Nintendo must have given up on the series because they only made one more game after this, and that was Star Fox Zero? And that game was terrible because it used the fucking stylus on the DS to shoot. I'm so happy that Nintendo's, like, done with its hard-on for the stylus. Like, fuck. Was there a Star Fox for the Wii U? Did that one use the motion controls? I'm just so, like, just make a Star Fox games like the old ones. It doesn't need motion controls. It doesn't need the stylus. It doesn't need this. It doesn't need that. Just make a game that's good. Just make a good one. That's good. Like, it's not hard, okay? The formula was perfect back in the day, and all you have to do is keep doing that. You want to add little foot-style missions? Yeah, it's not that hard. Star Fox Ace Combat. Star Fox is basically Nintendo going, what if we had Ace Combat? And then there's Star Fox, and that's not that hard to do. Especially considering in Ace Combat, they're like, we have to make like 70 planes and they all have to be cool. They all have to feel interesting to use. Whereas Star Fox is like, you literally just make the R-Wing and that's all. It's the only thing you gotta do. Just the R-Wing. If you want to make something else, you make the Gray Fox. Like, Kid Icarus Uprising was good. It was going to also be a Star Fox game. But Sakurai fell in love with the character of Pit after adding him to Brawl. Yeah, well, that's because Nintendo doesn't like us to have nice things. Nintendo's like, ew, nice things. Get 'em! Delete that right now. It's like when they were like, oh, we should release Metroid Prime 4, and then they gave us what they gave us. Or, you know, like, people want new Pokemon games or remasters of old games, and then they're like, here's Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for $20. Sorry. I think my cough is getting progressive. My ears feel like I feel like I'm like not fully able to hear. I feel like I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I love Kid Icarus Uprising, although the character's humor definitely does a lot of the work. I've never played it. I was in like a very not Nintendo place when the 3DS and the DS were out. I was very like, ew. Why would I ever want to do that? And then Kid Icarus, I was like, who brings back a game that's like ancient to be a fucking on-rail shooter? I'm not playing that. I was very in my anti-Nintendo era at the time. When Nintendo does one thing right, they like to do have fun plus playing. And that's what video games should be about. And Nintendo kind of does that right. Not every game is super fun, in my opinion, but people do find them fun. There's people playing fucking old-ass Mario games to this day. And I think most of those games are shit. I'm so, no, that was my, don't worry about that. That was me. That was my controller disconnecting. I was setting up before, so. The 3DS was Nintendo's last good era in my eyes. The humor and gameplay was top notch. I think that they have games that come out to this day that are good games, but they don't. Nintendo doesn't have a reason for me to buy their consoles with how expensive they're getting. Like, I would love to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, personally, because I think it looks really fun. But I'm not buying a Switch 2 for that single game, especially to pay $100 for it, you know? Like, I'm not buying a console for Mario Kart. I'm not that person. I don't like Mario Kart that much. I'm not an online player for Mario Kart. I play, like, the game. I'll play through the racetracks and then, like, win all the cups on, like, I'll get gold in all of them. And, like, get all the speeds and mirror mode and everything. But I don't care to buy a console for Mario Kart. Fuck, as of right now, the most interesting kart racing game that has come out in the last little bit for me that was, like, interesting was Sonic Crossworlds. And I don't even own that game. I don't even really like Sonic. Because I think the last Sonic games are just so ass. I think out of any character that transitioned from 2D into 3D, Sonic's is one of the worst. So many people are all hyped up on Sonic Adventure 2, and I think that game is so bad. Never have I ever loaded up a Sonic game excited to play as fucking Tails or E102 Gamma. You know, like, I don't care. I don't want to play as Eggman. It was fucking bad enough in Sonic Heroes when you have to play as, like, the team of everybody. His name is Miles Tails Prower, okay? But Sonic's, like, not a me thing. I played the demo of Sonic Crossworlds. While I wouldn't pay $70 for it, but $30 to $35. My thing is that I don't think kart racers... I have the same thought about fighting games. I don't think that fighting games or kart racers have the full price tag value of a game. Will I play them for more time than some games? Maybe, if I got, like, super into them. But, like, for me, like, Street Fighter, for, like, $70 or $80 or whatever it costs, I'm not paying that for Street Fighter. I'm not getting that level of content out of it. You're telling me I can buy Lies of P or Street Fighter and they're the same price? I'm getting more out of Lies of P, personally. You're telling me I can buy Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 9 or Guilty Gear? I'm buying Resident Evil. Like, you're telling me I could buy Mario Kart Worlds or, like, what's another recent game? Or I could buy Skyrim. I'm probably buying Mario Kart because Skyrim's ass, but that's the issue with a lot of games coming out right now, or just with games in general nowadays, as a lot of games are good. However, would I pay $70? No. Yeah, I mean, like, there are a lot of games that come out that I think are great games, and I would pay $70 for them. Like, I'm absolutely paying $70 for Armored Core, or, like, Doom, or Baldur's Gate, you know? But I'm not doing it for fucking these other games. I mean, I'm also in the camp that I'm not paying that much money for Grand Theft Auto, ever. I think, personally, I think that paying for online services in any game ever is the dumbest shit you can ever do in a game. I thought it was dumb when Xbox Live did it. I thought it was the most asinine thing of all time. I thought it was ruining the company. Because, like, you're making me pay so I can access a feature of a game I bought. Like, imagine you got Halo 3 and you couldn't play online. Is the game still good? Yes, but is it as good as it was advertised? Not even close. You buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Is it good? Yeah. Is it as good as advertised? Absolutely not. Like, not even close. And now Xbox is basically dead. My thing about Xbox is like the smartest of the game companies, in my opinion. And I know that probably sounds wild because they make a lot of stupid moves and they do a lot of stupid things. But so do all the other companies. Fucking releasing Fire Red and Leaf Grade for $20, shutting down Blue Point. You know, like, everyone's being stupid. But Xbox conceded. Xbox is like, okay, we made the Xbox, nobody fucking uses it. What if we just put the games that come out for the Xbox on the PC? What if we just take all of our games and we just said, fuck it, and you just play them on PC? Like, who cares? And I get that it's still Microsoft, so it's still like their stuff, but like, they just said fuck it and just let you do it. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Are they losing out of it? I don't think so. Fuck, if they never released a new Xbox console but released the controllers and then they updated the fucking PC app, you know, like, there's Xbox. Fine, sure, great. Is it gonna beat Steam out in the online market? Absolutely not. But it's smarter than trying to keep up in the home console space where home consoles are fucking dumb now. Like, how many people own a PS5? And on top of that, who the fuck is using their PS5? And for what? What are you doing with that? I have a PS5. It's in a box over on the other side of the room. Somewhere. Where's my box? I don't even know where the box for the PS5 is. I haven't used my PS5 in years. There's theories that the CEO of Xbox is likely brought in to sunset Xbox as a console. See, that's what I mean. So, like, they want to sunset the console. Great, good job. PlayStation is like, we're gonna shut down Blue Point, a company that not only made the game that was supposed to sell the PS5, they remade one of the Souls games, which has never been properly done before. They were fighting to try to remake Bloodborne. And then now they're saying that they want to pull their single-player games and put them exclusively on PlayStation again. There's just no point, PlayStation. There's no point. Oh, but Nintendo does it and they're super successful. Because people are stupid. Because people are stupid. Because people will buy a Switch 2 for $500 to play fucking Mario Kart for another $100. It's Mario Kart. It doesn't change that much. It's like buying a new console to play Call of Duty. Ah, but there's new maps. Okay. And what, motherfucker? It's not like there's an interesting story. Oh, but there's different characters. Oh, wow. They could have done that in DLC. See, but like, just even think about that. Even think about the statement you just made. I've also got a PS5, but I basically just use it for Genshin and Baldur's Gate 3 before I got a Stream Deck. Or a Steam Deck. You had a PS5 so you could play a gacha game that's like 10 years old and Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great game, but like the whole console, not judging your purchase, but like nobody has a PS5 with like a full good reason for having a PS5. Nobody's like, I needed it because I need to play the new games. Fuck, for the cost of a PS5, you could have built a low-end PC at the time. Would it have been like fantastic and done like everything in high settings? Fucking no, but it would have been a PC instead of just a PlayStation 5. Yeah, you probably would have had to plug it into your TV and use like some shitty peripherals, but like PS5. Also, the price of controllers nowadays blows my mind. Imagine you go to the store, right? Let's say your controller died on you somehow. Some people break their controllers all the time. Imagine you go to the store and you're like, I want to buy this new game. I got to buy the new Call of Duties. It's going to be $80. And then you're like, but I also need a new controller. And you go to the store and the controller is $100. What is the controller doing that it's $100? Why are they so expensive? And why third-party controllers blow ass now? Like, some of them are great. I have a third-party controller I use on my PC. But like, when I was young, I had fucking Mad Catz controllers and stuff, and they were sick. For my PS2, I had a fucking Spider-Man controller, and it was ugly and awful, but it was funny. Stick drift? I have never had stick drift in my whole life. What are people doing to get it? What are you doing with the controller? Like, what possible thing have you been doing to that to make it drift? I have dropped my Switch on the ground. I've never had a controller with it. Even like, the worst thing I ever had happen to a controller in my whole life, okay, is my original N64 controller. I have the purple see-through one. I love it. It's amazing. It's like weak now. The stick is like weak. It like droops. I've never had stick drift in my whole life. I almost had the PS5 to play Persona 5 Royal, but it got announced to the PC like a month later. See, I don't know. I think consoles need to stop, and they just need to be like more willing to... I think consoles need to be more willing to put their games on PC, just to have it more in the open market, you know? They'd sell better. You release God of War Ragnarok PC day one, it would have sold way better than it did day one just on the PS5. And that's not like an opinion, that's literally just fact. The only stick drift I've ever experienced is with my first PS4 controller. Ooh, that's a weird one. I've never had it. The only weird thing, okay, so I've had two weird things happen to controllers. One was the N64 little droopy stick thing, but that was pretty normal. And the other one is like when you store and move old PlayStation controllers, you know what I mean? And then the sticks get like gummy and they're gross. That happened. I've never had it. I've never had drift. People talk about it like it's like the plague, like it's like an inevitability, but never. Am I just gentle with my stuff? Do I just like not? I don't know. I don't like push hard on my controllers or anything. I don't do it. I'm super gentle. I don't like beating my controllers up because I worry about them. Oh my god, I can feel it in the back. My throat doesn't really hurt right now. I know it's going to later, but like I can feel it that my voice is like all like stuck in the back of my head. Ah. It's based on how much you play and how much dust in your home. I live in a 50-year-old house that gets dusty. Bruh. I'm living in a garage right now. It gets dusty in here fast. And this house is old. I think this house is from the 40s. I remember correctly. It's like 1941 or something. This house was built. And I use my Switch a lot. And I don't really fuck with the controllers that bad. And if drift is caused by using it a lot, my PlayStation 2 controller should drift all over the fucking place. Blaming it on sea level. Nintendo and Sony are definitely cutting costs in their controller parts, while my Xbox controllers are still fully functional, although the sides of the sticks are a bit worn. See, I love the Xbox controller. I like how it I like how ergonomically it's like designed. I like that your finger, like your thumb, lands on the buttons instead of on a stick. Because a lot of games, the stick is just for another camera, so like adjusting the camera isn't as important as hitting the buttons in a lot of games. Other than like shooters where like the sticks are super important. I also didn't like the low down double stick of the PlayStation. I kind of did, but I didn't. Because I didn't like my fingers naturally landing on the buttons and the D-pad, because I hate the D-pad. I think it's useless and awful. But the Xbox layout is like my controller. I like it. I prefer Sony as like a... I prefer them over time as a gaming company because I like the consoles they released and the games that they released for their consoles. But I prefer Xbox for the controller, and honest to God, the console designs were better at points. I prefer like the sleek black Xbox 360 versus the PlayStation 3 in general. I prefer the PS4, and then again, I'm back to the Xbox during the PS5 era. Because PS5 is ugly as fuck. I don't know what the fuck. The original Xbox 360 was ugly, okay? But like there was a version that looked good. I mean, I liked mine. Mine was the black, like, elite version, which was literally just like the fucking original Xbox, but black. The PS4 is a slanted brick. Yeah, I like that. Better than the fucking Xbox. I liked it better than the fucking PS3, which was just bulbous fucking ugly. Okay? I also wasn't a huge fan of the fact that if the Xbox 360 got knocked down on its side, it would burn your disc. But shit happens. The PS5 is like the ugly... The PS5 might be the ugliest console I've ever seen. Hi! I'm sick, Lily. Just a Lily trip. I am sick today. The PS5's design is like just absolutely atrocious. Like, I have seen consoles that are ugly, okay? There are old consoles that are ugly. I will take the Atari that had wood on it, okay? I will take the Atari Jaguar, which was a piece of shit. Actually, I really want one of those. Like, I want one of those so bad. I want an Atari Jaguar so bad. But the PS5 is like the ugliest console of all time. Not even a competition there. It is the ugliest console ever made by human beings. How the fuck did they design that? How was that the choice? They were like, what if we made this console ugly as sin? Here it is. It's got the black strip in the front, and on the sides are these giant white panels. Motherfucker, when has the PlayStation ever been white? The PlayStation 1 was gray. Okay, so the PlayStation 1, gray. The PlayStation 2, black. The PlayStation 3, black. The PlayStation 4, black. The PlayStation 5, white. The PlayStation 2, original PlayStation 2, the fat one. Kind of not the greatest design, totally fine, super functional, looks like a DVD player. The Slim, fan-fucking-tastic, absolutely beautiful, like a tiny little console. Like, it's the size of a Switch. It's the size of a Nintendo Switch, and it fucking rules, okay? The PS3, I don't know where they were going with that, but the rounded top made it look weird. And it never got better through its iterations. And the sliding top one was probably one of the worst designs ever. Then the PS4 was just like, what if we just took these 3 angled blocks and put them on top of each other? And you're like, okay, that's fine, whatever, that's good. And then the PS5 is like, is it supposed to be aerodynamic? Like, is it gonna fly away? The Xbox went for like an in-home, like, this shit is just some fucking utility in your home that you have. So they went like utilitarian with it, where the Xbox just became literally a box. It looked like a router. Just this fucking cube that sits in your home. And it's like, okay, I see the vision. The PlayStation was like, throw it all out the window. We're gonna make a fucking airplane and it's gonna be massive. And then the Switch 1 is like, let's make it colorful and fun for kids. And the Switch 2 was like, make it all black. How much is the Switch 2 right now? I'm looking at EB Games. Which this will be like the worst price of imaginable. Oh my God. It is $700. Blech. Bruh. The Switch is $700 and fucking the PS5 Pro is $1,000? It's $1,000? The Xbox is $800. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm talking Canadian. I'm talking Canadian. The PS5 Pro is $1,000. Canadian. But everyone who built a PC before the RAM spike should be so happy they have a PC. I'm like so amazed that I have a PC. It is PC gaming to me is also just better. Listen, the Pro is pretty bad. Also, no, I don't care about 4K, 8K, all this kind of shit. How many fucking people have a goddamn fucking 8K TV, huh? How many people have a 4K TV? Bro, I've got a 1080. Oh wait, I think mine might be 4K. I have a TV I don't even use. It's 4K, I think. I'm not sure. 4K TVs are super common now. Okay, well, I used to use a fucking 360p TV. Isn't there a dock for the Steam Deck? Can't you dock the Steam Deck and use it as like a little mini PC? I still have a 480 I use. You use it? I have one of those little, I have this little old ass TV. I don't know where it is. It was really cool when I was young. When I was a small child. Okay. Keep in mind, I was little. I got an N64 and a TV for my birthday. Trying to find a picture of it on Google. Why is there a cat on this one? It's probably the best kind of version of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I hate doing this, but... Okay. See this little TV here? I had basically this TV. It was little and it ruled. I would watch... So... here's a little childhood story from me to you. I would... We're gonna start this again. Okay. I would sit in my room and play my N64. I would play Donkey Kong 64 and Mario 64 and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask because I had the RAM expansion. I would play them in my room on my little TV, and then late at night on... Was it Cartoon Network? It was either Cartoon Network or... Nah, I think it was Cartoon Network. Late at night, it would swap to anime. And I would watch anime on my little TV in my room. And the shows I would watch were whatever came on. We didn't have Toonami here. We didn't have that shit. I mean, it would swap to Adult Swim, but I think it was on Cartoon Network. Anime would come on late at night. And this was after random movies were on another channel, okay? So, like, I would watch, like... You know, you watch Blade or Blade Trinity on another channel. And then it would become late enough at night and the anime would be on. And I would swap to that channel to watch anime. And it would be like Inuyasha, Dragon Ball GT, Naruto, fucking Eureka 7, Bleach. And I would just watch them all. And the thing is that I don't know who planned out what was coming on when. It was never in any kind of order. I never had any idea what was going on in like any of the shows. I think at one point I watched through Naruto and it went through the tuning exams like in order. And I was like, right on, I'm kind of following the story. Fucking Inuyasha was just random shit all the time. No. Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, no, that was never on. Oh, Gundam Seed. Gundam Seed was on. Gundam Seed was one of the shows. And I watched that, like, religiously. I love that show. But, like, Bleach would be in all the wrong order. Sometimes they were in the Soul Society. Sometimes it was back when he had just first got his powers in Karakura Town. Like, it was very all over the place. And trying to keep up with the story was really hard. It was what opened my eyes to then go and explore and try to find anime online. Which was great, because I ended up finding a bunch of shows and watching them. But I watched them out of order whenever they came on. After watching Blade, because Blade was on like every weekend. It was weird. And I don't know if anybody knows this. There was a thing, I don't know why. So they played the Blade movies at night, right? But they only ever played 2 of them. I only ever got to watch the first Blade and then Blade Trinity, which is very confusing because spoilers for Blade if you haven't seen the movies that are ancient and not very good. In the first Blade movie, Blade's mentor, Whistler, gets killed by vampires. They come and they kill him. And then if you watch the first movie and then you watch Blade Trinity, in Blade Trinity at the very start of the movie, Whistler is just around and alive and okay in every way. Like, he's just totally okay. And you're like, what happened? Because there's no knowing that Blade and Blade Trinity aren't just one movie and then another movie. But then I think one time Blade 2 came on, like years after I'd been watching it. And I finally figured out that Whistler comes back in the second movie. Gets like resurrected by the vampires or something. But there's an actual like explanation for his return, and I never knew it for all those years. Also, I think that Blade Trinity is the first Ryan Reynolds movie I ever watched. And I think it might be the only movies I've ever watched with Wesley Snipes in them was Blade. So I'm sad that the MCU isn't using Wesley Snipes as their Blade, but I completely understand because all I've ever heard about like anything ever about the Blade movies is that apparently he was an asshole. So but I understand that they didn't want to have him. It just kind of makes sense that they didn't want him to be Blade. Yeah. But you see, I'm feeling very nostalgic. I got a lot of thoughts from my younger days going on. All the stuff I would do. Yeah, you know what's weird? I just talked about the anime being on late at night, but there was anime on during the day. There was anime on during the day, but everybody just called it a cartoon. You know? Like Cardcaptor Sakura was on during the day. Sailor Moon was on during the day. Pokemon was on during the day. So was Digimon. So was Yu-Gi-Oh! So was Beyblade. Those are all anime. They were all on during the day. My really fucking girly ass cough that I have. Where I sound like a 90-year-old ancient man. Because I'm gonna die. Imagine I coughed like that. That wouldn't be productive at all. Do you ever wake up when you're sick and just feel like your whole body just wants to die? That's how I feel today. I feel like I have earplugs in. And I feel like every time I talk, my nose is going to explode. Or cough like a dad. No, that's when you gotta cough and make all the noises afterwards, where you're like... Like you cough your lung out? No, like I'm bad about that because of the fact that I have lung damage. Because mine does sound like my lung's gonna come out. And sometimes blood comes up. So sometimes it feels like I'm coughing my lung up too. My eyes. Okay. Chat. Would you like to see a game from my childhood? Would you like to set it up with me so we can play it? Oh shit. So many apps on my screen. I've learned that I have a disease that fucks with my joints forever. That is fun. I don't have a disease that fucks with my joints. I just have broken bones that fucked my whole body up. I think the first anime I watched while knowing what anime is was Dimension W. I've watched others before it, but I was a small baby who didn't actually realize that there was a difference. Sorry, that was me. I have watched quite a few anime of varying qualities. Why am I like all the way over on the side there? Let's like calm down. I'm dead. Oh my god. It to the taskbar. Get rid of it. Close the program. Close the program. Kill it. You've never broken a bone. Lucky. I've broken multiple bones. I've broken multiple bones. It was not fun. Okay. I think I might need the sound mixer because this might be fucking deafening. We're gonna turn it down to like this to start, and then we'll fuck with it later. Hi! Why is Twitch showing me ads with ad block? Because Twitch is ass. It's because Twitch is ass, and I'm sorry. Game capture. I say it to you, you can't even hear me because you're watching a fucking ad. Transform. Fit to screen. Oh no, it's too small. Fucking stupid fucking awful shit. Can I like F11 this? Make it full screen. Hey yo! It's loud as fuck. Ba 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 da. Why is it so fucking loud? You do's horrid. I'm getting like hour-long ads now. What the fuck? You've never seen this game before? This is Star Fox Adventures. This game is fucking awesome. About golf, I hate it. Oh, the ads? What do you mean you hate the golf ads? What, you don't love the golf ads? You don't love the golf ads? Oh yeah, this game has Crystal in it. People like that. Bonus game? What the hell's the bonus game? What? I got other video games in this video game? I got other video games in this video game? If the ads were like a minute or two, fine, but 26 minutes now. What the fuck? I have never had an ad that long. But I also have like 65 ad blocks. Don't tell anyone why I use the capital U. All right. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean move with RT? My YouTube doesn't work with ad block. There's this really cool one called the Pi ad blocker if you're on a Chrome-based web browser. I'm not saying it's really awesome and blocks ads on Twitch, but it's kind of really awesome and blocks ads on Twitch. Don't tell anyone I said that. Twitch might get mad. Pi what now? Just type in, if you're looking at the extensions, look up Pi ad block. And it should come up. I'm pretty sure that I just used the regular controls for this game. Don't quote me on that, because this is gonna be ass. If silver is too hard. If bronze is too easy. If silver is too easy. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, I installed it. Good job. You're doing really good so far. Look at how old this fucking game looks. Can you guys hear okay? Why is it only in my right ear? Now it's just in my left. It's a little quiet. There, we'll double the volume. Look at them go. Look at this fucking sick space battle.
We underestimated the strength of his reserves.
We underestimated him. Star Fox. It's the Gray Fox.
Great Fox? Command.
The Great Fox.
Team Star Fox, ready for duty.
Leave these losers to the pros. We'll beat them in no time.
They look like such assholes. What if I needed the purple puma? I think he's on the bat. I think he's on Star Wolf. I think he's a puma.
Well, Fox, looks like we're not too late.
Yep, of course, General.
Yep.
It's just so crazy. I can't believe Andros had
Why is
so
Falco
darn
so
many
slim?
troops left
Because he
behind.
looks very weird
They're
now.
almost all common scum, in it for the money.
They're quite dedicated for a bunch of hired guns.
The leader of this rebellion is
I love that Crystal just becomes a part of the team.
Okay, I see now. So we're here because...
That's Crystal. She's from Star Fox Adventures.
We gotta put this creep on ice.
She lived in a world full of dinosaurs, and we
I'm counting on you.
kidnapped
Now, get
her.
prepped and go.
Let's go, team.
No, I think Fox ends up helping her save the world or whatever, and then she's like, "Let me join you." And then Peppy's like, "I'm old and can't fly anymore. Give her my R-Wing."